mind is okay. She off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, my ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, my ego don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, my ego don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my ego, that man today.
Hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. And this is Mayegun live. So you can share the broadcast with your friends and possibly share it as well with your not so friendly friends and tell them that Mayegun is live. So I'm going to take a minute break. And for those who are just joining us, you can like the video, right? Get ready before we get started.
Oh, you do IPOB I, Abakare, Mama Daora, Unapuri Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapuri Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapuri Mary Nandi go you do IPOB O Mary Nizu Biruya Abakare Mamanda Hora Unapuri Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapuri Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapuri Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapuri Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapuri Mary Nandi.
Thank you very much for joining me. Somebody said the date. What happened to the date? Is today not 29th? Like I said, if you are watching Mayegun, if you want to know if Mayegun is live, just check the dates. Usually, a replay of Mayegun's video don't come with a date like this. So tell me, if I'm currently okay, Olowo, you are in another place right now, so it's already another day where you are. Okay, sorted. Another thing I would like to address is another complaint from a fan who said he did not subscribe to Mayegun's Diary Political because of music, that I should go straight to the point. Well, I like your kind of optimism, okay? Mayegun's Diary, when I play my music, yeah, actually a way of waiting for those who want to join the broadcast live. So if you are watching the video as a replay, yeah, you can skip it. Skip the music and go straight to the point and go straight to the message. You get what I mean now? So don't always get too kind of confrontational, especially some of you who actually come to abuse me simply because I play music, right? So I've got friends that are also going to respond to you. If you abuse me, I don't have to abuse you. I don't have to attack you. I've got friends that will give you, they will give it to you, like, you know, in bulk. So don't always get confrontational. There are always options on how to get about this. There are people who love the music, and this is your own time of watching Mayegun, right? And this is also part of why Mayegun's Diary Political is interesting, okay? We get to talk about serious things in a way that is more relaxing, that you can stay glued to your TV, to your screen right now, listening to Mayegun. That's part of what makes this interesting, because of the way we kind of match everything together. At the end of the day, the message is never lost on my viewers, okay? So you have choices. If you are watching the replay, trust me, right? Of course, you can skip it. But if you are watching me live, trust me, because you don't know what I'm going to say next. You're going to just stay glued, music or no music. So to my regular friends who are used to this, thank you. You see, why I decided to talk about this latest development is because we are dealing with a criminal organization, or let me say criminal cartel, who have managed to take over power in Nigeria. And they understand how to maintain power, even if it's going to be bloodier and bloodiest. They don't give a damn. But you are going to be worried, especially the latest development in southeast of Nigeria, the Biafraland. I am somebody who came out so early to support IPOB. And let me tell you something. Most of us who actually started listening to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his constant and consistent messages about Biafra and all of that, why many people were concerned about what they called abuses and attack on them, people like us were more interested in what he was talking about, doing our own researches, matching them to what he's saying. Most of that time, we were not actually like interested in Biafra. Biafra. We became interested in Biafra struggle because Nnamdi Kanu got many of us interested in why is he so angry? Why is he always upset, angry whenever he's broadcasting? So that got somebody like me interested, and many like me. And in the process, we came out to explain to those who didn't understand well what this Biafra was all about. But there's also something about them which stands out. We have had Biafran struggle, Biafran agitation, Biafran agitators for like 50 years after the genocide called the Nigerian Civil War. There have been many organizations. So many of them, they came, they are gone. We never really get to trace them anymore. Most of them were put together for political reasons, but still never worked out and they fizzle out. But IPOB is different. They are more organized. They have contacts. They are members, and they are the people who believe in them and listen to the messages. They are visible. You can see them. You can spot them. If you go to every nooks and cranny of Biafraland, you will see them there. They meet, and they are meeting under the banner of IPOB, Indigenous People of Biafra, the only organized Biafra agitation group ever. I wasn't alive when Ojukwu and other compatriots decided, right, to lead Biafrans out of Nigeria. I wasn't alive, but I read about it. But I am alive now. I am alive now. Because you see what happened back then. We've had so many mixed up, make-up stories about the genocide they call civil war. Until recently, when many people are beginning to dig even further, we didn't know that Nigeria actually committed genocide and they called it civil war. But I am alive now. So I won't be one of those who are also going to fall through the propaganda of the people who are actually like they've made up their mind to what? To erase the dots. Erasing the dots from the map is like wiping off the Igbos. And let me tell you something. They have historians who are putting this together. That is why when you read it in the media, unknown gunmen, unknown this, unknown that, it is always better for the sake of those that are going to buy into their lies, for people like us to always put the record straight, check facts from fiction, make up your mind, because I believe you are, the information available to you will help you to make up your mind on certain things without anybody spoon-feeding you lies. And you know one thing about lies, right? When you say it for so long, right? When you repeat lies again and again and again and again, it will become truth. Even the person lying will begin to believe it himself or herself. So we are alive now. Don't let us join the gang of those who are going to write down a wrong history for the most organized self-determination group that ever come out of Biafraland after the Civil War. From yesterday, we started seeing some videos. And I remember one time when Senator Abaribe told us that if the government of Nigeria, under Buhari, if they really love Nigeria and Nigerians, okay, they will negotiate with Nnamdi Kanu. You know why? There are more than 20 groups in eastern Nigeria agitating for Biafra. The only one that is not violent is IPOB. The rest, they prefer to stay in the jungle and cause any havoc. But they don't listen to Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu doesn't control them. But IPOB, the one that you can say they are meeting, we know where they are meeting. We know their members. These are peaceful people. Even when they were killed, there was a time in Abia where they were doing remembrance of those killed. Years before that day, they were doing remembrance of those killed by the Nigerian government. Guess what happened? Nigerian police, Nigerian military, they moved in. Children, women, old men, old women who were meeting in that school. Remembrance, they opened fire on them. The numbers of those they killed that day, we still don't have the figure. You know why? They took their bodies away because that's what they do in Nigeria. Despite that, there was never a time you will see any group anywhere saying we are IPOB. We are going to avenge the death. And IPOB stands for one thing as well. Something I noticed very well, and it's a fact. Throughout the intimidation, harassment, arrest, even death of members of IPOB, right? There was never a single report of any clash with IPOB until Nnamdi Kanu said, let us protect our people. Leave politics for now. Even all of you who don't agree with Biafra, can we all agree to protect our people who are being killed right there in different communities in Ebonyi, different communities in Enugu, different communities ransacked and destroyed, in Abia, in Anambra? Can we just forget Biafra for a second and let's protect the people that are going to live either in Nigeria or Biafra first? They disagreed. Then he said, let's bring in volunteers who are ready to defend their different communities. And ESN was started just late last year. and with just one single mandate, stay in that our rural areas. If you notice any Fulani terrorists and their cows and their guns, chase them away. That is your mandate. And not once have they ever been found in the city. I remember when Oples Uzodijo was bombing Olu, looking for IPOB members. Meanwhile, he was bombing people in their homes. Women, children, soldiers were burning properties. Same thing they later did in Izombe. And I remember they said, oh, ESN received an SOS call and they are now moving to Olu. That was the most ESN ever came to town. Then they started all these unknown gunmen, burning police station, fighting security officials, but they always get away with it. But innocent people will be picked up, labeled IPOB members, because they are looking for the unknown gunmen. In their book, the media call them unknown gunmen, but in their book, they are looking for Igbos that they will label IPOB. They kill them, take their bodies away, kidnap some of them, lock them up, never to be found, torture, and all that. All that are going on as we speak. Until a video surfaced yesterday. And they said they are Biafra National Guard. Okay. Who are these Biafra National Guard? Even IPOB members were enraged. They were angry. Like, what the heck is this? Going into the garage, going into a filling station, taking things from people's shop, filling your cars without paying. This is new. Immediately, since yesterday, even IPOB member that they are asking you to label terrorists, they are asking you to blame. They have been everywhere. We don't know these guys. No. They were, thank God, in their video, they said they are Biafra National Guard. Guess what? I dug a bit on them. And I found out that they have been in existence since 2010. And they have always been like a fragment of people who have no idea of how to really push Biafra agitation without violence. Nnamdi Kanu may be tough, but he never preached violence. He said, if you attack us for asking for Biafra, for referendum, we will fight back. You will kill us. We will kill you. But he's never made that call to this day. Before they kidnapped him. Who are these guys? These are guys who somehow we've never heard of sincerely. You know why? Because the reason why we have been hearing about IPOB is because they are the only visible, approachable, organized Biafran struggle and Biafran movement organization. The only one. And that is where Nigeria is missing it. It could have worked well if Nigeria says, okay, like, if you want Biafra, no wahala. Work with your politicians or what have you, but because it's not a crime. But don't ever get violence about it. Don't get violent about it. And we will continue to engage you until we found a common ground and then decide on how this is going to go without attacking or killing anybody. You see characters like that, who we don't know who is giving them money, who is buying them guns and anything. But it is so convenient. Do you know that? It is so convenient for everyone who has been intimidated by IPOB's popularity, acceptance, and spread to quickly blame them. So no, don't give excuse for them, Mayegun. Don't give excuse for them. I was like, oh, even when they were killing them, how come they waited till 2021 before unknown gunmen started? How? Well, just not to make it look like, first, listen to this again and tell me if these guys, as organized as they are, as these people as organized as they are, will look like, in any way, look like the next video I'm going to show you. First, look at these people. They are from the heartland of Biafra. Again.
Onyedu IPOB omeriwo n'Indizu onire ya abakare mama dawora unapori meri nami win the war Python that's one Python that's two na Python that's three unapori meri nami win the war Python that's one Python that's two na Python that's three unapori meri Nande bu onyedu IPOB omeriwo n'Indizu onire abakare mamandawora unapori meri Nandi win the war Python that's one Python that's two na Python that's three unapori meri Nandi win the war Python that's one Python that's two na Python that's three unapori meri Nandi win the war Python that's one Python that's two na Python that's three unapori meri Nandi win the war Python that's one Python that's two na Python that's three unapori meri Nandi win the war Python that's one Python that's two na Python that's three unapori meri Nandi.
Did you know why I shared that video with you? It is not because of the song alone. Not just the wordings of that song. It is the settings and the mention of Nnamdi Kanu's name and IPOB. Just to put credence to what I told you about how organized they are and the leader they know. See, listen to me. Don't get in any way worked up when you read comments from social media keypad warriors, okay? I did my own research before I actually could come up this way to tell you why those who are hell-bent to tarnish IPOB is easier because they are the only organized one. But you see all these keypad warriors, if anybody, they are killing our people, that's why we kill them, or known gunmen, this and that. Listen, those are ordinary keypad warriors. You see those ones you see in the communities, those who understand the value of Biafra, those who knows that the people hold the power to determine when Biafra will come and all that. The people who strongly believe in the leadership of Nnamdi Kanu and the organizational acumen of IPOB, they are not violent. That's the point I want to make. They are not what? They are not violent. Nigeria has done so well to provoke them. When they are unable to provoke them, even when IPOB said, we are going to be sitting at home, when you don't go on that street, they won't have any reason to kill and shoot you. But let's see, now that they are coming into the homes to kill them, it is still part of the provocation, okay? But I still strongly believe, so strongly, that the people who have such tendencies to organize their meetings, the old men and women, the young and old, who are there talking about Biafra, how beneficial it's going to be to them. How, they are those who actually are organizing the sit at home, obeying it. Not all those keypad warriors who believes that, right? I remember when they asked Oloye Sunday Igboho that, are you declaring war on Nigeria? Igboho said, no. What we are saying is that we will defend ourselves from those who have invaded us. Because I can't tell you that I'm going to fight. I mean, defending myself doesn't mean that I'm fighting Nigeria. That's exactly what Nnamdi Kanu said as well. And he said it's not because we are better than anyone. It is simply because Nigeria that is so messed up, that will criminalize you for standing up to defend yourself, right? We always get away with it, by the way. I mean, as much as you are divided. So nobody is waging war against Nigeria. It is Nigeria waging war against the indigenous people. And Nigeria, when I say Nigeria, it is Nigeria under the control of Buhari and gang. So, and he said, if you attack us, we will fight back. I am yet to see where he made that commander brought about these guys. Look at these guys. I want you to compare them with just the clip you watch now. I mean, let's start with this.
Of the Biafra National Guard. War for the liberation of Biafra has just begun. Today is day 2 of our glorious week. Today is day 2 of our glorious week. You can see the Biafra National Guard are already on ground and they are on the move to go and liberate the prisoners of conscience, Mrs. Oyekachi Oji, and the rest of them. This is Biafra National Guard, and as you can see them, they are all on alert, heading for the move. You can see them in their various vehicles ready for war. The war for the liberation of Biafra has just begun. Yes. Yes. These are the Biafra National Guard, fueling every vehicle that they are embarking, they are going to use for this journey. And this is the Commander General Innocent Oji. So can you tell us what is happening here and what is
happening? We come back from Israel.
Right.
We want to tell you that other places can never hold. Since they hold, this is Sonika Church. That's why we are from Kano. That's why we come back from Israel. We are from 30th of October, this free boat. Sit at home. We are going to redeclare the sovereignty of Biafra Nation. No, nothing pass. God, they are from pounds. I will here for 30th upward.
Yes, sir. Long live Biafra National Guard.
Long live Biafra.
Yes, sir. Yes, we can see them. You can see our. You can see them. These are our military, Biafra National Guard, in their various vehicles, and they are at alert, ready to go and free the prisoners of conscience that have been imprisoned for almost 15 years. For almost 15 years.
For almost 15 years. That's a long time. But did you see how they went into that shop? There is no IPOB member that saw that video that wasn't enraged, except for the usual faceless keypad warriors. Let's put it this way, for the past 6 years that I have been following every of IPOB moves and everything locally and internationally, studying how organized, even their funding that is not hidden, everything in public. I have never seen them at any point in time, not even clash with people on the streets, not to talk of walking to a place, into a filling station, fuel all their cars, take whatever they can take from the shop, and then brag on video that they were going to go and free one of them that was in prison, that has been in prison for the past 15 years. I hope you are dotting the line. You are connecting the dots, yeah? Well, here is another one of what they released themselves.
The Biafra National Guard. The Biafra National Guard. I've just met some soldiers. Let's go there. Biafra National Guard, I just met some soldiers. As you can see, this is Biafra National Guard. The war has just begun. 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 Yes, for the re-declaration of Biafran sovereignty.
The other part of the video and many other videos I got, they were not good. So what happened was that they ended up killing DSS officials that they ran into, and some of them were killed too. The Biafra National Guard. Whatever is behind this, I am pleading with you, do not fall for the propaganda that will ever link this to IPOB, because, you know, whatever they are doing in Eastern Nigeria today, the only key to peace, in my own opinion, is still in Nnamdi Kanu. Whatever prompted these guys to come out now, trust me, they have been unable to do that for years, because IPOB was so organized that they couldn't have any time of ruining it for them. Some people are waiting for the DOS to say something about them, as it, because I mean, this is really, really worrisome. But again, whatever the propaganda behind it, when you are thinking about it, know this: always separates them from IPOB. There is a reason for it. The terrorists that Laya Muhammad said are not real terrorists, they are simple criminals. Even those who are defending them, they couldn't even bring them out to say, oh yeah, we met with their leaders. I mean, to come out and do that. They are even afraid to proscribe them, by the way. But you have Nnamdi Kanu, who is not a ghost, and is not asking for war. He said, can we begin the process of deciding if Biafrans want to be part of Nigeria or not? Let Nigeria take the gamble. Give them referendum. If Biafrans vote no to referendum, Nnamdi Kanu will stop talking about Biafra. I mean, that's what he said. So how about you do that and take that gamble, take that, and see if all these criminals that have been waiting in the corner for a while, that are now awoke by the political class in Eastern Nigeria, who possibly knows them. Somebody said they returned from Israel to come and free somebody that was jailed 15 years ago. I mean, come on. 15 years ago. How does that relate to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's kidnap and detention? How does that relate to IPOB that is asking for a referendum? So you see all those things they did, including the video, right? I strongly believe it is aimed at you watching me right now, to begin to question and say, man, I don't understand this. So This one that said we, in the name of Biafra, we are now going into people's shop to take their, are these not the people we are supposed to protect? Are these not the people we are supposed to be fighting for? Are these not the businesses you are trying to protect? How could you go there and steal from them? That is why I'm saying it to you now. The target is you. And trust me, many of you are already in that mixed feelings already. Don't entertain it. They're going to do more. Another one, just to justify the ethnic cleansing going on in Eastern Nigeria. Cut short the real sympathy, the real truth that we ever, when they cut short the truth, then your feelings get mixed. And you begin to ask, well, even if you feel like I want to feel kind of a concern, but look at that, Mayegu now, look at what they did. Because their propaganda is to get you to that level. But remember, you have to check antecedent, you have to check the precedent, you have to check before, you have to check now. And when you dot all the, when you cross all the dots and all of that, you realize that you are actually the primary target. So I'm saying it to you. Let me tell you another thing that happened. Somebody said, the person that the leader of Fulani Terrorists in Yorubaland, especially in the Barakpa area or your area of your states, Wakili. His name is Wakili. You remember when they broke into that prison and we were told Abolongo prison in Oyo just this week. And we were told that over 900 inmates ran away. And also that about 300 have been rearrested or returned. And the remaining ones, we don't know where they are. They have released their pictures. But when that prison was broken into, we were told that the court in Ibadan that sent Wakili Iskilu, they sent him to prison. They said they sent him to that Abolongo prison. Yeah? And when they broke out, people were asking, tell us, where is Wakili? It's been almost a week now. The government of Oyo State, the government of Nigeria, which is the owner of the prison, they are still yet to tell us where Wakili is. But I got something that somebody did a cover on, and I think I should share it with you. This is Wakili, by the way. You remember him? He was arrested in March with two of his sons as ringleaders of Fulani kidnapping ring, in Oyo State. However, he's never been back to prison. People said maybe he's not even there in the prison anymore until this prison break. And it has also come to, to us that the prison break was actually to free some of other arrested Fulani terrorists awaiting trial in those prisons. Those ones they have not been able to use their power to free. They said some of them got freed, including some terrible prisoners who are from Yorubaland there too. No joke. I saw the list and I'm going to share that with you some other time, right? Now, somebody did this report, and I think I should share it with you. They were asking the prison ward, where is Wakili?
On the 16th of March 2021, an Iyagoku Magistrate Court in Ibadan ordered the remand of suspected kidnapper Iskilu Wakili and his two sons in the Abolongo Correctional Facility in Oyo State. Iskilu Wakili had since been in the news, alleged by residents of Ibarakpa region of Oyo State to be responsible for a series of attacks, kidnappings, and killings in the area. The Chief Magistrate, Emmanuel Idowu, ordered that he be remanded in Abolongo Correctional Facility as he was charged with conspiracy, murder, kidnapping, and armed robbery. What Nigerians believed all along was that Iskilu Wakili was at the Abolongo Correctional Facility. On the 22nd of October, the unexpected happened at the Medium Facility where Iskilu Wakili was expected and supposedly held. Immediately the news of the jailbreak filtered out, questions started popping. Where is Iskilu Wakili? Journalists kept asking questions, and the leadership of the Nigerian Correctional Service seemed to be evading the questions, and eventually they provided an answer that left so many in the dark.
In this custodial center, we don't have any high-profile inmate. The only person we have is that person who has a case with EFCC. And for your information, he's still with us here. He didn't go to anywhere.
Iskilu Wakili.
He is not here.
Sunday Shodipesa.
He is not here.
When asked to shed light and expand on the almost unclear information provided concerning the status of Iskilu Wakili, the spokesperson of the service in Oyo State, Mr. Lanre Anjorin, said the public should believe whatever the federal government has told them concerning the matter.
According to what the minister, that is Ogbeni Rauf Arendeshola, and the Controller General through the DCG admin AM Tuko said yesterday, that's not actually what they said is Wakil and the other person are not incarcerated in Oyo Custodial Center. That's what they were saying yesterday.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, but according to the news we had, sometimes in March, it was to be remanded in Abolongo Custodial Center. So what happened?
Well, generally, one other part of our duty is that when anybody is incarcerated with us, we have within the purview of our job to do transfers or to change. So definitely, if somebody was incarcerated in a particular place, it doesn't mean that that person will be kept in that particular place.
Okay, can you tell us where exactly Wakili is?
Well, I don't have that information with me. I can't actually tell you that information. But then I can tell you that if the minister gives that information yesterday that they are not kept there, then definitely wherever they are safe.
Members of the public are also concerned about the status of the high-profile inmate that we all thought was at the facility until the unexpected happened. The question on their lips also is, where is Iskilu Wakili?
fellow Nigerians, this is just the beginning.
Where is Wakili? And the same question I'm asking, oh, if you ask me, now who I go ask? The prison authority spokesperson, they said, whatever Aregbe Mugbo tells you, just believe it. Where is Wakili after the prison break at Abolongo? Terrorists on the loose. And then we remember what they did at Igongon, where they killed over 20 people in retaliation of Seriki Fulani Saliu. There was a chased away because is what do you call it? Is unallocated illegally allocated or acquired land in Igongon became the den of kidnappers who are Fulani terrorists collecting ransoms at that same place until Louis Sunday went there. Now Wakili is on the loose. Wakili is on the loose. Governor Seyi Makinde, I still haven't received any message from your team that you will come and talk to us. Listen, you don't have to, because you probably don't have the answer to. If we ask you, Mr. Governor, where is Wakili? Can you produce Wakili in the next 48 hours? Can somebody go to court, please, and ask that the government of your state, the police in Nigeria, they must produce Wakili in the next 48 hours? You see? Una don't enter. I was reading it earlier. They said they stopped the prison break in, I think in Bini, in Edo State, where some Fulanis are trying to break open a prison as well. Prison break in southern Nigeria, you are going to be witnessing them in states like Oyo, where normally if you are caught as a Fulani roaming about with your cows and all of that, they'll put you in jail. So you're going to be witnessing prison break in Oyo, prison break in Ondo. These are the two states that seems to be actually acting on them now. When they are unable to release them, they will go and break them out of prison. And every time they break them out of prison, all those other dangerous criminals that are in those facilities, they will be on the loose. Where does that leave all of us? Where? That is the dangerous game that Buhari and gang are playing in southern Nigeria. They are playing that dangerous game in eastern Nigeria, playing that dangerous game in western Nigeria, and to put us in a complete turmoil while the rest of you are jumping up for 2023. I was reading it in the news, and they said that Buhari and Nigeria, they have received 60 armor tank to fight terrorism. The first time we're going to see them use the armor tank after the news broke, not the one they received, was that we saw them at Taisholari College of Education, University of Education in the Jagun Jabode, Odogbolu local government area, by the way, where the soldiers who have been extorting, imagine, like police, we didn't know that until now. The Nigerian soldiers, they have domiciled at Ijagun, harassing, arresting, extorting the students, like the same way SARS were doing. So soldiers were doing the same thing in Ijagun. Students now decided to protest. Guess what? Nigerian soldiers, they brought 3 armored personnel carriers, like they were going to war, and they were roaming. They were turning it at the students like that. And we have already received a report of some of them shot, shell of their own guns and bullets. We have picked that up already today. That's the first time. So whatever the plan is for southern Nigeria, I can tell you this free of charge. It is not good for you. And I know some of you will have to wait to find out before you actually believe. But again, As they say in Yoruba, ogun asotele kò kí ń parọ́. That is why, because violence is their only powerful tool. Instead of negotiation, talking, dialogue, they don't believe in that. The only people they believe to dialogue with are those they are already backing, which are the Miyetti terrorist group. They are the only people they dialogue with. They are the only people they see as legitimate enough to even talk to. The rest will be what? Bullets. So they decided to demonize those who are peaceful about their demands, and they eulogize and reward those criminals who are spilling blood daily. They killed 20 soldiers today. 20. And they burnt their body in the same Zamfara. But the armor tanks that they received from China is pretty much like the Fulani terrorists preparing for 2023 in a different way. But they told you to go and register to vote. You know what I mean? So this is what they received from China. Now, 60 of these to fight Boko Haram. But you and I know that these are not meant for. The only thing is that in the next couple of days, some of these machines, some of this APC, right? They are going to end up in the hands of the terrorists. The same terrorists who have the capacity to acquire surface to air launcher, anti-aircraft gun. People who have the capacity to shoot down fighter jets. In the next couple of days, they are going to take over some of these things. They said they attacked a place in Katsina this week. And Boko Haram terrorists, they came with 6 armored personnel carrier. Do you know how slow this thing can be? It doesn't run like a truck. It doesn't run like a pickup. For terrorists to be so confident to drive 6 of them and go to a place and attack the place and kill soldiers, kill everybody, took over the place, is to tell you that they already domiciled, they already dominated the whole territory there. And Liar Muhammad is saying, believe anything I tell you. There is nowhere that Boko Haram has a caliphate. Meanwhile, they are the ones who came out to tell us that over 500 communities have been taken over by these Boko Haram terrorists. Many communities, more than 1,000 communities in Katsina State, where Boko Haram comes from, they are already paying taxes to terrorists. Katsina. People are already paying they are paying taxes to terrorists in Niger, paying taxes to terrorists in Zamfara. The government of Nigeria and the security, everybody, they are not even going there. When they asked the Minister of Defense, Magashi, when they asked him, why have you not proscribed these people you called bandits, vandals, the names that makes them look like just criminals, but these are terrorists. Why have you not proscribed them? Suddenly, they have a process. They are following that process, which is absolutely a process to legalize them. You get what I mean now? So the terrorists are controlling territories because Nigeria let them do it. Every weapon they buy, America has to tell them that you must not use your Tucano jets anywhere in Biafraland. We heard that because they went to court in America before they released the final 6. But it can't be like, say, giving a madman gun. Can't they tell him, say, making using sense. Shooting. Madman with gun. You give Buhari, a terrorist. You gave him a fighter jet that will never fly over Zamfara. Since they brought their Tucano jets, how many times has their Tucano jet goes on operation in Zamfara, Niger? Because they don't go. It is either they make mistake of bombing innocent people in their village because they received the wrong intel, which is absolutely not wrong after all. Just displace everybody from everywhere. Chaos everywhere. 60 armor tanks from China. We don't know, maybe not alone. You see? And Buhari is willing to go to any length to sink Nigeria. It doesn't really care. They don't care. But you live in denial to begin to think, well, maybe when they are gone, they're not going anywhere. 60 armor tanks for southern Nigeria, possibly. So that then brings us to another part of this, which is the news we received that the Lagos state government have started selling the coronavirus vaccine donated to them. They have started selling it. If you want to take the jab, you have to pay 6,000 naira. No joke. And that's another scandal there from the stable of the bodylon thieves. That's the scheme. It's all about that. It's all about what they can get, what they can gain. And they always learn from their own masters, even if the masters comes out to say, no, we didn't ask for that too. But they are learning from them. The same people who stole palliatives meant for the poor people, stole them, rebagged them, put their own names and branded those bags with their names and pictures and their party logo, APC, to be shared to poor people who they believe must be the people who are in their own party. You collected food meant for the generality of the people who need them, and you took them to for yourself. You rebagged them in order to come out and share them to the starving people, the poor. So people who could do that, they won't sell coronavirus vaccine. They are saying they are not. They didn't sell it in any way. So let's come back to where we started from. Biafra National Guard or any other names of these violent groups that might be popping up in the next couple of days, because I found out something. When you look at the legal team of IPOB and how they work, and I'm saying this just to let you know that social media can be so misleading. When I say misleading, there are people who are actually faceless. Their job is to just plant those doubts on every platform, make you begin to believe all those doubts. Since many of them comes out with, Biafra names and all that, but now the IPOB members are beginning to say, you know what, you can actually separate, you can differentiate those who are not in any way in close relationship with IPOB, but with the name of Biafra, as Igbo, or as those who are pretending to be, everybody can just pretend to be IPOB. You get what I mean now? So, IPOB's legal team that has been handling every case, even when Nigerian government has gone berserk on them, they still go ahead and they still make presentation on every Biafran that they found in the dragnet of this corrupt, murderous regime. And you can tell that because if I say, who are the lawyers of IPOB, some of you will begin to give me names because they are visible. They are not terrorists. They are not invincible, so to say. You can see them. Because what they are fighting for, they choose still to always give test to the Nigerian fraudulent laws. Even when they know they won't get real justice, but they still continue to give it every shot. Because they are visible, because they know that they are fighting for real people that they will never put in danger. The politicians in Eastern Nigeria, if there's anything that they can do now to salvage this, for those who are still working on trying to milk it to their own advantage, if you ask me for an advice, I'm going to tell you that key to peace in Eastern Nigeria is not you licking the ass of Buhari or trying to be the good boy in the book of a murderous APC Egbekegbe's government. The key to peace is Nnamdi Kanu. He is the only unifying factor alive today. You may not like him. Some of you became so kind of upset and angry with IPOB because you feel like when you attack them, they shouldn't respond if they want you to support them. But again, when you turn attack, what you're supposed to call criticism, right? When you turn that to attack, right? And you turn that to condemnation, there is no way, right? They are going to reciprocate otherwise. So I'm saying now that even if they have riled you up, if they have shaken you up, that in your own anger and rage, all right, you probably would never want to have anything to do with them. I'm saying it to you now. If you pay attention very well, the only unifying figure you have now, right? They are not those billionaire thieves who call themselves politicians in Eastern Nigeria. Whatever record they have been brandishing to hoodwink you, to, cajole you, they don't have the followership, the acceptance, the type of control that comes with IPOB led by Nnamdi Kanu. And you can't keep him in prison and expect everything to still hold together. He's never gave any broadcast. He's never spoken to anyone, as much as they've tried to keep him in communicado all the time. But yet, people still go to bed in Abuja scared of what those who are loyal to Nnamdi Kanu will do tomorrow. And I continue to tell you, look around you. The only people that you have been provoking, you have been killing, and you have been bragging about it, and they have not responded. They have actually not responded. They are the only people there are the IPOB. Ha! Guys, you have no idea what I can't, what I see. What I see is that if the same way some of you are saying, if IPOB want to really fight for Biafra, they should use their influence. Because many of you actually attested to that they have the influence. Nnamdi Kanu has that influence. And he didn't just grab it or steal it. He earned it. So many of you agree that he has that influence. And you said he should turn that into politics and take over power by electing people that believe in Biafra. But some of you are not being honest too. Nnamdi, it's part of the negotiation I'm talking about. If Nigeria believed that, if all of you believe that Nnamdi Kanu should use his influence to talk the IPOB into joining politics and then elect people who believe in Biafra that can move the motion. If you actually believe in that, genuinely, then you should be honest and say, then they should be allowed to register Biafra Nationalist Party in the name of Biafra. Then that's why you realize that you have been lying to yourself. If you think that Biafrans and the IPOB never thought about the influence they wield and how much that can be turned to a political movement and take over the leadership of the Eastern Nigeria, and at the same time, make a move for the referendum of the Biafra. Do you think they've never thought about that? But in a situation whereby, number one, it is a crime to identify as a Biafran in today's Nigeria, you are automatically considered as a terrorist. So in Nigeria, that is so hard. Do you say their INEC will register the indigenous people of Biafra party, IPOB party? Can they register it in Nigeria? And do you think if they allow that cultural nationalistic approach to people who wants to vie for offices, if they allow that, do you think the electoral system that is so rigged that you know about, the constitution that is so rigged that you never really approved as a people, and it says we the people of Nigeria, do you really see them weather that storm? A Nigeria where even if the Igbo says they want to leave, even if all the Igbo governor says we want to leave today, the way they structure your Nigeria means they have to go to Abuja, where Shehu, Musa, Garaje, Gabuje, and the rest of them are also going to vote and say, no, you cannot go. So there are some of these things that if you now look at their demand and say, so far, where they said, you know what? I think we need ourselves. Southern Nigeria, everybody from this part, let's come together and work towards the complete breakup. A referendum, they call it. So that everybody can have what they want. So the system that won't allow them to even identify as IPOB, the system that will not allow them to register a political party in their name, how do you now trust such system that it will let them choose to leave if they want to leave? So you don't believe, let me say, you believe in their influence. How about you tap into that influence now to curb all these excesses of all the criminals who are taking advantage of the political instability created by the politicians in Eastern Nigeria, led by the likes of Oples Uzodinjo, the likes of Devulumayi, the likes of Wiriwike, the likes of this Anambra drunkard, as you call him, Obaino. These are the characters that are there pushing and asking you possibly to continue to hunt IPOB. So if all these guys just actually come together and say, you know what, the political crisis we have created, we can actually stop it and stop the blaming of IPOB. Nnamdi Kanu is still the link. Same way, the way they are pushing us in Yorubaland, especially those who, because we know, listen, the continued locking up of Oloye Sunday Igboho in Benin Republic is not Buhari. And I'm saying this to you so that you can get to know the reason why the atmosphere in Southern Nigeria, in Yorubaland, is totally mixed. You know why? It is not Buhari that is holding Oloye Sunday Igboho in Benin Republic. It is those political class in Yorubaland, the traditional rulers and some of their, their cliques. But by the time they get to that their own limit too, yeah, we will respond. And I'm not even saying that they haven't reached that limit, but I'm just saying it to you at this hour, right? When they get to that point, when that barrier is, when that limitation is pushed, which they are pushing, we will respond. And you see, releasing Oloye Sunday Igboho is also key to the safety, protection, and the unity of Yoruba people against the Fulani organized invaders. So if you want peace in Eastern Nigeria, you need to free Nnamdi Kanu from the captive of Fulani terrorists who have nothing to do with him anyway. They don't have anything to do to him. The people who sacrificed Nnamdi Kanu to Buhari, the people who should have protected him, same way we said, the same criminals who are supposed to protect Oloye Sunday Igboho, but sacrificed him for whatever their 2023 selfish agenda about Nigeria is the only contact that can put an end to all the politically sponsored crisis in Eastern Nigeria. And that is when those who are sponsoring it, when they come to that reality, or else, the way this is going now, Nnamdi Kanu that they are holding will continue to be that nightmare, and the monster that all of you, especially all you, the Igbo politicians, created, is getting to that point where it's going to be consuming you too. And to those who actually believe in liberty, freedom, and independence, so to say, just know this. No matter how long they put all this chicanery and all this madness together, this charade, I'm saying it to you now that they all have end dates. The end date is we will all come together one time soon and agree that, you know what, at this point, before they actually finish us all, before we are no longer able to even say a word to defend ourselves anymore, before we stop breathing and talking, we need to fight for the last time. And that fight is called the revolution. Something that the Buhari idiots, the cyber barbarians, they dread a lot. According to them, with the level of poverty in Nigeria, you will never have the number. But I'm saying it to you tonight. I've given you the key. The sign of the increasing insecurity and this political, wahala in eastern Nigeria, orchestrated by those who believe that doing so will probably diminish the popularity, the acceptance of the IPOB. I am saying it to you now that they are wrong. With what I know and with what many of you know, those who are based in that same Nigeria with you, the ones that they don't need to hear the voice of Nnamdi Kanu again before they act, the ones that will go on and sit at home as long as they want, the ones that you probably would do everything to blackmail, I mean the ones that you continue to kill, blaming them for the same people you harmed, the criminals that roams about and commit all these crimes that you know about, the people you blame for this, the only person, the only man that they will listen to is Nnamdi Kanu. For how long you to do this, there's going to be an end game. And I am saying this now because the end game will consume you. And this does not leave those in Yorubaland as well. Okay? So for those who don't, for those who are asking for Iske Wakili, I think you and I have to continue to ask for him, his whereabouts. I mean, his two sons too. We don't know where they are anymore. And they said whatever they tell us, we should believe it. Wakili is back in the forest. I mean, that's going to be my own belief until they present Wakili to us and say, oh, no, Wakili is here, he's still in this prison. Great. Until then, yeah, you and I can agree that the road ahead is dodgy. Dodgy in the sense that they are setting up a chaos in eastern Nigeria. They are already releasing terrorists in western Nigeria. 2023 is approaching, and the only people who are going to be the victims are the most people who are watching me right now, people you know, people you don't know. All these are going to come. And like I said, like I do say, by the way, every time they tell you that 10 people get killed, 5 people kidnapped, listen, they may sound like statistics to you, but they are human beings that, if everything is fine, if everything is right, they should never just get killed without consequences. You get what I mean now? And that's going to be in the next, in the days ahead, weeks ahead, and even months ahead. Okay? So I was talking to somebody and I said, can we do something? Maybe people, I know, I've seen people who have, initiated so many cases. Surprisingly, they were able to pull it off. If we have people in Nigeria, because you have to be in Nigeria to start it with, right? People who can actually, lawyers, all of you, who shouldn't even be lawyers anymore. Because what law are you practicing in Nigeria? The ones that if you go to court, Buhari won't even obey it. The ones that if you get any judgment, Malamu and gang, they have to choose which of them they have to obey. So which court, which law are you even reading anymore? I mean, why can't some of you just come together and institute a case and declare that 1999 constitution illegal? And don't just stop there. Demand that a new constitution should be written that should include referendum and every other article of independence that people might want from every ethnic nationality. Go to court on it. If you need money, come online. We'll raise money for you openly to support your legal research, your legal team, everything. We will raise money for you. Start something, Even though some said, oh, let us go and fight, let us go and do this. You have no idea. When you fight with Nigeria under this Buhari's government, you are not fighting Fulani terrorists in power. They have friends everywhere. Friends that they have sold Nigeria to.
and they have stake in Nigeria. They are the owners of Nigeria. They will stand with them because they will say they want to protect their investments. That puts you in a very terrible situation. Okay? It's going to be a lost battle even before it all started. You know. But if we all agree at some point to come together, like I've been preaching, when we realize that you can get Biafra, you can get Yoruba Nation, you can get Kwararafa Republic, you can get just any, institute a case, start something big, let the people fund it. You may get a case in that same their court, yeah? And if you should pull it off, that may be the turnaround. We haven't seen anybody try that yet. Some of us have instituted cases against those criminals outside Nigeria. The only thing that will happen to them is when they are no longer in those comfy positions anymore, they can be picked up to answer for all their crimes, all the killings, and every other crimes they've committed in Nigeria, in the name of Nigeria. Okay? That's the most we can do. But if those of you in Nigeria who are really who are real lawyers, I don't know what you are reading in law, in law school or anything, no, right? You are practicing with a fraudulent constitution, a constitution that says that Nigerian government can, abridge your rights under the national security arrangement. That is illegal because anything can be under national security arrangement. Since Buhari, all the Buhari needs is to say, maybe you are a terrorist or you are trying to overthrow him. That's under the national security arrangement and they can take away all your rights. So what kind of law are you reading? Then you go to court and the court says, oh, they have to release him and the surety must pay 10 million naira, landed properties in Abuja. And you all go to court to go and start getting judgment that they will never obey. Go to court and institute something. It doesn't matter if they obey or not, okay? It will be the groundbreaking process of breaking up Nigeria. Try it and see how that works. 2022, as they are planning to take over, declare civil war, maybe you can shock them. That's another hint. I'm going to see you some other time anyway. Today, leave this temple of truth with the truth that when they talk about violence, when they talk about all these things they are doing in Eastern Nigeria, always remember the peaceful IPOB that they will never do such. And good enough. The criminals who paraded themselves as a Biafra National Guard at this point, with what we saw them did on the video, right? It is the appropriate and better things to distance yourselves from them. Because remember the unknown gunmen and their own, stories that are really not matching. Some of you know better today. This is another one. There will be more that they're going to pull off. But your advocacy, your campaign, self-determination for Biafra, the consistency, the clarity, the organization, the peacefulness, the non-violence of your movement is what attracted us who are non-Biafrans to your struggle. Because we found out that whatever Nigeria do to you right now, if they succeed, they're going to do it to us too. They're going to do it to every nationality in Nigeria. Because what you are fighting for is what we should all be fighting for. If we all can see it the way you are seeing it, do not give in to any violence campaign. Do not give support to all these faceless, violent groups just because they are Biafrans or they say they are fighting for Biafra. No Biafran liberator, no Biafran freedom fighter will walk into a store and steal from the owners of the store. No, I have never seen it. And good enough, this one said they are not IPOB, but they are Biafra National Guard. So you can leave this broadcast tonight with that satisfaction. And we'll do more. We will do more to expose more on the other ways that their propaganda are working or are being processed to hoodwink you and plant that doubt in you. Is this what the Biafran struggle has become? No, it is not. It is what the Nigerian terrorist government wants you to see it as. And the moment you begin to see it that way, right, then you make their job easier. They can go ahead and start the killing. Continue with the killing. Don't give them that breathing space. All right? And I'm going to see you some other time. For the fact that you have the time to watch me to this level, thank you. So give like that video before you go. Okay, there's a thumb up there. Like it. If you don't like what I've said so far, thumb down. I'm going to see it too. I mean, I'll see you some other time. Stay safe and be watchful. Good night.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò. Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá. Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lé ibo níṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́. Ó ti jọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe,